Hey, what's up guys? Joe here, and as I browse through farming, I'm consistently on the look for Dark Elixir, and one thing that stood out to me the most is the consistent underdevelopment of heroes across multiple levels at Town Hall 9. And when you look at bases, you see highly developed defenses, but well underdeveloped heroes. And what we fail to realize is that heroes play a pivotal role when it comes to both a war attack and farming. And the higher your heroes are, the better your attacks become and the easier they become, especially at Town Hall 9 with all the multiple diversities of attacks that are out there. So today I'm going to readdress the queen charge technique since there was a balancing change with the healers. So we're going to start out with scouting. And when I scout a base, the first thing I'm looking for is the amount of Dark Elixir that's available on the base, then the location of the Dark Elixir storage, and then the drills as well as the Town Hall. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to go through this technique all over again, but I'm going to go a little bit more deeper than I did before and hopefully sum up some questions that you may or may not have on this strategy, if not point out some things that you haven't seen before. A lot of things in your scouting as well as you want to take a note of where the air defenses are located as well as the air sweepers, which we'll take a look at here in a moment. As this queen maneuvers throughout this base, it looks like a very easy base for a high level queen, and I don't want you to get discouraged by the fact that I might show content of all level 30 queen, because that's certainly not the case today. Do stick around, you may pick out some ideas throughout this video, and hopefully what I intend to do here is assist you in wanting to farm Dark Elixir again, because it is one of the hardest resources to obtain when it comes to the game and the development of your heroes, due to the fact that they're really hard to upgrade consistently due to the fact of cost of Dark Elixir as well as the training time for each hero. So we're going to start out with the star player of this attack strategy is the Archer Queen. And we're going to start out by talking about the Archer Queen's level. The Archer Queen here is a level 5, and really, if you think about it, if you're new to the Archer Queen and you have a level 5 Archer Queen, then you have the Royal Cloak ability at your disposal. The only downside to using a level 5 Archer Queen for these types of farming strategies is the fact that her damage per second is really low, so it takes a little bit longer for her to achieve the same things that the higher level queens can do. As well as the hit points on this Archer Queen is a lot lower than the others as well. So you end up having to use your spells and the rage spells to keep her alive longer, or you have to use them a lot earlier in your raid than what you would have to with a higher level queen. But really on the plus side is that you can do it with this level queen. It's just a matter of practice and patience on being able to do it properly and understanding the queen's artificial intelligence as we transition into a level 10 queen, doing it a little bit faster than what the level 5 queen did it. And as we progress throughout this video, I'll be increasing the level of my Archer Queen to show you what it's like for different levels of Archer Queen, and really hopefully motivate you to upgrade her as quickly as possible. But you can do it with a level 5 queen. It just takes a lot of practice and not quitting on the strategy. So queen's placement, you can place the Archer Queen anywhere on the map that you choose. But there are downsides to coming in on certain avenues of approach when it comes to using this type of technique. And ideally, we'd like to bring the queen in on the closest side to the Dark Elixir storage. However, you have to take into consideration the healers are the queen's main life force, so you have to protect the healers as well. And if you come in on a bad angle like seen here, she looks like she's fine. The Archer Queen is fine. She's taking out the defenses as she moves in, but the closer those healers get within range of the air defense, the air defense starts quickly picking off the healers before the queen ever even targets the air defense. So this is something that you have to take into consideration when placing your Archer Queen and scouting your base. So a safe practice here would be to pick an entry point that's going to send your Archer Queen in farther than what your healers are going to go when it comes to the ranges of the air defenses. Within this replay here, we're going to highlight showing the healers far away from the air defense that protects them. However, we're actually sending our Archer Queen into a dangerous area by splitting the Expos and also going into an air sweeper. The closer she gets into this base, the air sweeper will start pushing the healers off of the Archer Queen, which will cause her to be basically alone for minute seconds, but that's just enough to cause issues with the Archer Queen. She can take on 2 point defenses, no problems, depending on their level and her level. But when you start splitting expos and losing the healer's effects by the air sweepers, that's where things start to get a little bit challenging. A good practice here would be to take on one of the 2 expos and hopefully take out an air sweeper in the process. The queen can easily survive 1 expo firing at her, depending on how many defenses are around her. The point defenses plus the expos are the ones that cause her the biggest issues. So if you take out 1 expo and an air sweeper and not going directly into an air sweeper, you should be fine. Moving into healers, the air mines and air bombs do damage to the healers now. So in the past we were told to bring 4 healers, and that's all that was required to keep an Archer Queen alive in these types of scenarios. But I would highly advise now to bring the 5th healer, just in case you do run into air bomb and air mine placements, because once you drop below the 4th healer like we have going on here, it's very hard to keep your queen alive, not to mention the air sweeper pushing the healers away, and you're forced to use her royal cloak ability way sooner than you should have to. Moving into funneling and the wall breakers, both of these troops, the archers and the wall breakers, play a pivotal role to this strategy. You use your mass group of archers to assist with guiding your queen into the intended entry point. But when it comes to the wall breakers, you have to provide enough distractions to where you can get your wall breakers in. Sending in a scout like I did there to scout out the bomb, and then using the follow-on wall breakers to open the intended entry point. But there's no other structures around the entry point to distract the Archer Queen. And in this case, you get a little bit close up as you notice the Archer Tower is firing directly at the Archer Queen, and it allows the wall breakers to get into the intended entry point. And also here, using a mass group of archers to distract that enemy Barbarian King. That way the Archer Queen has no issues with tending to him, as well as getting the wall breakers down and opening the compartment that I'm trying to get the queen into. Which leads us into Earthquake versus the jump spell for the secondary entry point once you get inside the base. You can use either one for Earthquake spells or one jump spell, but with the jump spell you have to show patience due to the fact that it does have a timer on it, and you might not get your queen in to the base using the jump spell due to the fact that she's going to be distracted by all the structures prior to the jump spell before she ever maneuvers towards it. For 685 Dark Elixir, 4 Earthquake spells opens a gaping hole that doesn't close, opposed to the jump spell. Right now we have a jump spell down. Timer's already started once that spell hit the ground, and the Archer Queen is distracted by all these items that are within her 5-tile radius prior to her ever making the initial jump into that first compartment in order to get to that center compartment. And now the jump spell starts to fade away, which ends up leaving the Archer Queen stuck in this compartment, and she will have to fire at everything that's within her 5-tile range before she ever starts to engage the wall and crack through it. So ultimately this just ties up time and causes time issues, and you might not even get to the Dark Elixir or any other follow-on resources. And also we will take another look at it with holding on to that jump spell prior to her getting to that compartment. She takes out this last couple of structures, and then she jumps into the jump spell. We have more time on it due to the fact that we held on to it longer, but she's still going to engage all these other structures prior to making that final leap into the core of the base. So again, for 685 Dark Elixir, that pays off dividends by using Earthquake spell as opposed to a jump spell, just to ensure that you're going to get into the center compartment without any issues while she takes her sweet time getting there. Moving right along to Rage spells and Poison spells. The 2 Rage spells are the Archer Queen's main source of staying alive throughout the raid, as well as the 2 Poisons being used for an enemy clan castle in the event that it's present. Stacking those will slow the enemy clan castle down and assist with taking them out. And dropping a Rage spell in this event would assist the healers by keeping the Queen's health up. That way she can take on these higher damage per second dealing defenses in clan castle. But in the event here, with the archers assisting with taking out the defensive structures over in this compartment, the use of a rage spell will not be necessary, and just dropping 2 poisons will take out the enemy clan castle fairly easy. A safe practice with the rage spells is to look ahead in your raid and find the higher DPS defenses and heroes, and understand that you're going to have to use a rage, so that you can kind of drop a rage and lead your Archer Queen into it, getting her health up prior to getting to that area. Talking about Barbarian King and the Clan Castle, the Barbarian King isn't necessarily needed for the core of the base, or does he need to go in with the Archer Queen, due to the fact that he will necessarily pull the healers off of the Archer Queen sometimes if he starts taking too much damage and gets ahead of her. And that's not necessarily what we want in this case. So you can always use your Barbarian King if you have him available in an area that houses all the gold and elixir, and you can get more resources or more bang for your buck than just dark elixir. And this comes with practice and multitasking on this strategy. You need to understand that your Archer Queen, what she can survive and what she can't. That way you can take your eyes off of her in order to drop the Barbarian King and follow on troops to collect up more resources. In summary, let's go ahead and take a look at one final raid. Every troop that's in this composition plays a vital role in the success of this farming attack strategy. Using your archers to guide your queen in the direction that you want her to takes practice. Getting those archers down to funnel and assist her to go where she needs to go. Understanding whether you need to use wall breakers or not to get into an area that has the dark elixir is also very important. Using your rage spells and watching the queen's health bar is what's going to assist her to stay alive as she gets into the base or deeper into the base. And then as you move in, understanding where to use your next rage spell as she gets closer to higher DPS defenses as well as the enemy heroes. So in this case here, we get our rage spell down, and I place it a little far south, or a little bit south, so that way when she shifts down to take out that air sweeper, which should fall into her range, she also is covered to take out that enemy Archer Queen. Barbarian King's down, Archer Queen's coming in and is about to get taken out due to the fact that she's shooting at her right now. And then the Archer Queen will focus back in on that Dark Elixir storage. Both of the Dark Elixir pumps are also in the general vicinity, so it works out really well for this poor base design, or at least for saving the Dark Elixir. I guess this defender didn't really think about that too much. So the Archer Queen doesn't have any more rage spells at her disposal, but she does have the Royal Cloak ability, so you'd like to hold on to that as long as you possibly can, in the event that you have to speed up or speed her up and move on and get the remaining portion of the resources. The two poisons are for taking out the Clan Castle troops. In this event, I only use one just because it's giants and they don't do a whole lot of damage per second, so I understood that the Archer Queen could survive this, and this all comes with practice and doing the attack multiple times. Farming itself is very repetitive, but this attack strategy will pay off as long as you have your Archer Queen. So if you want to go ahead and max your Barbarian King first, you can easily do so, but you need to really focus on your Archer Queen, because the higher her level is, the more successful you will become with this strategy overall. As time passes on in the upcoming weeks, post-update, we'll be taking a relook at the Goblin Knife and seeing how the Goblins fare against the Bomb Tower. I already know for a fact the Bomb Tower is going to destroy the Goblins fairly quick, but we'll look for ways to make that strategy just as much viable as this one currently is. So for the meantime, use this one as we work on the Goblin Knife and see what becomes effective, and as we start to see more bomb towers throughout the Town Hall 9 range. Drop some comments below and let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, guys.